If you've got eggs in your kitchen, toss them in the trash.
See, our bodies are nearly 20% protein. Protein is crucial for building muscles and bones. So eating protein in the morning provides the body the materials it needs to function all day long. Protein also keeps you full, boosting metabolism and calorie burning. So it's a fantastic way to promote healthy weight. However, not all protein affects the body the same way. It's really the kind of protein you eat that's important. One of these foods helps you manage weight. One of these foods significantly reduces food cravings. But one of these foods has been shown to increase the risk of heart disease by 20%. Do you know which is which? My name is Dr. Stephen Gundry, and I made this video to give you a quick protein quiz that could actually change your life. Because eating the right protein can help you manage weight, get stronger bones, and even help protect your heart. It can also help reduce digestive discomfort and give you smoother, more regular bowel movements. It can boost your mood, support brain health, and even help support healthy blood pressure and blood sugar levels. And of course, good protein fills you up, helping stop food cravings in their tracks. By making this one small change to your diet, you can experience profound benefits. Benefits I've seen in thousands of patients who finally got rid of health problems that have been nagging them for years. And changes I've seen in myself every day when I look in the mirror, including losing 70 pounds of weight and keeping it off for 20 years. Because I do this simple thing every day, and at age 68, I've never felt better in my life. There's just one problem. Millions of Americans are eating one specific protein. Even worse, many people are eating this every single day and have no idea it could lead to heart disease, stroke, and even cancer. This has become a major health issue in America. So in the next couple minutes, I'm going to reveal to you truth about protein. I'm also going to reveal the one food that, in my opinion, we should all stop eating, because studies show it can increase your risk of heart disease by 20%, and it's in millions of Americans' refrigerators right now. I'll also tell you the stunning secret to a slimmer, stronger body that I learned from studying horses. Yes, horses. I'll also reveal the simple protein hack you can do just a few times a week to boost your energy, manage your weight, improve digestion, and achieve the whole body health you deserve. And no, getting slimmer and healthier does not involve giving up meat. In fact, you're about to learn that some meat is actually healthier than certain vegetables, and that the key to a long, healthy life really just comes down to one easy, simple-to-do protein hack. Again, my name is Dr. Stephen Gundry, and I'm a cardiothoracic surgeon and double New York Times best-selling author and nutritionist with medical practices in Palm Springs and Santa Barbara, California. I graduated with honors from Yale University and received my medical doctorate from the Medical College of Georgia. I spent 16 years as a professor of surgery and pediatrics and chairman of cardiothoracic surgery at the world-famous Loma Linda University School of Medicine. Along with my former partner, Leonard Bailey, I performed more infant and pediatric heart transplants than any other doctor in the world. I'm the inventor of the Gundry retrograde cardioplegia cannula, one of the most widely used devices to keep the human heart alive during open-heart surgery. I was one of the original 20 surgeons who tested the world's first artificial heart, and one of the first to use robots in surgery. I've seen thousands of patients with a spectrum of health issues, including cardiovascular disease, cancer, autoimmune conditions, diabetes, and obesity. But you may know me better from my interviews on news channels across America, or my online videos on health and wellness, which have over 50 million views. And according to my colleagues, this protein wake-up call documentary you're watching right now is my most important video to date. I'm also the personal physician for legendary self-help guru Tony Robbins, who was kind enough to recently say, Dr. Gundry is one of America's greatest and most knowledgeable physicians, and for years I've had the good fortune to benefit from his care. Why do Tony Robbins, Fortune 500 executives, and thousands of other Americans come to me for help? The answer is simple, because I'm willing to tackle medical issues that nobody else can fix. People come to me when they've been everywhere, Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, Princeton, UCLA, and they still can't find answers. Because I'm not afraid to try solutions that go against the grain. In fact, in my experience, many health professionals are often behind on the latest research, and in some cases actually doing more harm than good. And nowhere is this more clear than when it comes to one of the most important parts of your diet, protein. So let's start with the good part. What can protein do for you? In a word, everything. Protein, along with carbs and fat, is one of the three main ways your body gets energy. And when it comes to benefits, protein is far superior to carbs and fats. Here's why. It helps you manage your weight. While eating carbs makes you hungrier, protein is special because it makes you feel full. It actually stops unhealthy food cravings. And protein ignites thermogenesis, the process of calorie burning in your body. This means protein tells your body to burn extra calories, even while you sleep. In fact, I've discovered that one simple trick involving protein, which I'll show you in just a moment, is actually my #1 most recommended key to losing weight and keeping it off. This is so important, not just for our appearance, although let's face it, that is important, but also for your health. Staying in shape is the key to a longer life and having confidence as you age. And you can attain that amazing feeling at any age with this one simple protein hack. But the benefits of protein don't end there. Protein is also vital to stronger bones. Multiple human clinical studies have shown that protein works with calcium to give you denser, stronger bones, which is really important, especially for people over 40. It's great for muscle health too. You don't have to be an athlete to want a stronger, healthier body. As we age, we all need extra muscle support. And protein not only builds muscle, it actually reduces aches and even helps boost recovery time. Sounds great, right? But before you go out and eat a thick protein-rich steak, there's something you should know. Health warning. The wrong protein can actually cause serious health problems. And the main culprit for bad protein is something I've been warning people about for years: red meat. And the good news is, getting healthier does not involve giving up any type of meat, even red meat. There's a simple secret that lets you eat all your favorite proteins and still be healthier and leaner. And when you hear it, you're going to be shocked at how simple it is. But to understand it, you first need to understand why red meat is correlated with so many health issues. You see, Harvard University, one of the top research facilities in the world, recently announced that overconsumption of red meat can lead to heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. In one massive study of 120,000 men and women, the risk of dying from heart disease went up by 13% for every 3 ounces of red meat people ate daily. And this will shock you. Remember when I asked you which of these foods increased your risk of heart disease? If you answered the hot dog, you were right. Eating just one hot dog daily increases the risk of developing heart disease by 20%. And even if you don't eat hot dogs, any processed meat is terrible for your body. That includes cold cuts like processed ham, pastrami, and roast beef. And the more you eat, the worse it is for your health. For instance, if you eat 2 strips of processed bacon as well, your risk goes up by an additional 20%. In one study at Harvard, people who increased their red meat consumption by just 3.5 servings a week were 50% more likely to develop diabetes over the next 4 years. Now, you may be wondering, how can meat be so bad? Didn't our ancestors eat meat every day? And can I still eat meat and live a long life? Well, fortunately, the answer to the last question is yes, you can still eat meat, as long as you know what meats are good for you and which are bad. But speaking of your ancestors, let me tell you a fact that will change the way you look at food. The meat your ancestors ate was mostly healthy. And a big reason comes down to the way animals are raised today, and a secret that the food industry has been trying to hide for years. To understand this, let me pose you a simple question. If a corporation that owns a giant cattle farm wants to make more money, should they A, make the cows extra healthy so they live a long time, or B, make the cows grow abnormally fast, even if it was terrible for their health? If you guessed option B, you're exactly right. When I was a kid growing up in Omaha, Nebraska, many cattle farms were still good family-owned businesses that cared about the health of their customers and their animals. But today, virtually every piece of meat you find in a grocery store comes from a massive corporate-owned cattle farm who really only care about squeezing every penny they can out of you, me, and their cattle. They want cows that grow fast and grow big so they can get the most beef they can in the quickest amount of time. And when it comes to dairy cows, they want cows that produce as much milk as possible every day, even if it means pushing the cow's biology beyond what nature intended. And they do this with one magical ingredient, known as insulin-like growth factor, or IGF-1. IGF is found in all kinds of animal protein. But here's the shocking truth the food industry does not want you to know. If you're between the ages of 45 and 65, the more IGF there is in your body over time, the greater your chances are of fatal health issues. I'm going to show you proof of this in just a moment, and it's going to change the way you eat. I guarantee it. But first, let's understand what IGF is and what it does to your body. IGF is a hormone your body makes naturally, mostly in your liver. It has an anabolic effect, meaning it builds things in your body. IGF is actually vital to your growth when you're young. Remember that growth spurt you experienced when you were going through puberty? That was thanks to IGF-1. And if a child's IGF levels are low, it can actually cause growth problems and even dwarfism. But here's the thing about IGF. As adults, we do not need as much IGF. After all, we're not growing anymore, like when we were kids. And it turns out having too much IGF as an adult is actually terrible for your body. There have been many studies that confirm this, but let me tell you about a landmark study that sent shockwaves through the medical community.
In 2014, one of the largest studies ever conducted on IGF-1 was published by 15 researchers, several of which are world famous. These researchers were from some of the most prestigious universities in the world, including UCLA, USC, Washington University Medical School, and others. Amazingly, the study included over 6,300 men and women for 18 straight years, starting at ages 50 through 65, with the oldest respondents eventually reaching age 83. And they examined to see who developed certain diseases, who lived the longest, and who died the soonest. The results were, in a word, shocking. Of the 6,381 respondents, those with the highest protein intake had a 75% increase. And amongst people who had no diabetes when the study began, those that ate a high-protein diet were 73 times more likely to develop diabetes. Researchers pointed at one thing in particular: IGF-1. You see, animal protein is proven to increase IGF-1 levels in the human body. In fact, if you're between the ages of 50 and 65, even a microscopic amount of IGF can increase your risk from fatal illnesses such as cancer by 9% compared to the low protein group. When the researchers studied mice who had cancer tumors, the mice with high protein intake had tumors that were 78% bigger than the low protein mice after just 39 days. Unsurprisingly, the high-protein mice with gigantic tumors also had 35% higher levels of, you guessed it, IGF-1. This is how the researchers summarized their results. Our study indicates that high levels of animal proteins promoting increases in IGF-1 and possibly insulin, and aging may be the major promoter of mortality for people aged 45 to 65 in the 18 years following the survey assessing protein intake. When these results were published 4 years ago, many in the medical community were shocked. But I must say I was not. Why? Because I had been warning people about the dangers of IGF-1 for years. How long have the dangers been known? Well, this might make you angry. After studying 32,000 people in a major Harvard study, the Harvard Gazette reported that high levels of IGF-1 significantly increase the risk of colorectal, breast, and prostate cancer. Do you know what year this was published? It was 1999, almost 20 years ago. Why have these results been known for almost 2 decades and nobody has done anything about it? The answer is going to shock you. This once again comes down to cattle farms and money. You see, since 1994, growth hormones have been given to millions of cows in America. According to one study, bovine somatotropin, or bovine growth hormone, has been given to about 30% of dairy cows in America, and a staggering 90% of beef cows. The reason makes perfect sense, financially. Growth hormones have been shown to make beef cows bigger and heavier, and they get that way faster, so they can be brought to slaughter more quickly, and more money can be made by cattle producers. And in dairy cows, growth hormones trick cows into skipping the so-called dry period of their milk cycle, meaning that they can pump milk every day, resulting in about 10 to 40% more milk production. Is more milk good for dairy farmer profits? Sure. Is it good for cows, who are not meant to lactate every day of their lives, and often develop infections in the udders as a result? No way. And is it good for you when you drink milk that may be pumped full of antibiotics to kill infections? Absolutely not. And whether or not you drink cow's milk, multiple studies have shown that all red meat consumption increases levels of IGF-1 in the human body. By the way, you might be wondering, haven't I heard of people using growth hormones somewhere else? Yes, you may have heard of one specific group of people who use growth hormones: bodybuilders. Several decades ago, some bodybuilders realized that they, like cows, could experience quicker muscle building and weight gain by artificially dosing themselves with IGF-1. And actually, if all you care about is muscle, it can have some short-term benefits. There's just one problem. According to Baylor professor Dr. Daniel Gwartney, who studied 1,578 bodybuilders are 34% more likely to experience early death than non-bodybuilders of the exact same age. Okay, so let's walk through everything all at once. The hormone that some bodybuilders take to rapidly increase muscle mass, hormones believed to contribute to sudden heart attacks and liver failure. This same hormone that likely is found in nearly every ounce of red meat on our supermarket shelves, meat that comes from cows pumped full of bovine growth hormone to make them grow faster, to make corporations more money, and those cows end up as beef products on your kitchen table. And this hormone ends up inside of you, building up in your body every single day, like a pot of boiling water about to boil over. This is the secret reason why red meat is so problematic. This is a modern problem caused by corporate farms pumping our cattle full of things to make them artificially bigger and less healthy than they were ever meant to be. Okay, now on to the good news. While consuming too much red meat can lead to weight gain, heart disease, and even worse health problems, fortunately, the inverse is also true. If you can simply reduce your red meat intake, even just a little, research shows you can experience dramatic weight loss, as well as a reduction in your risk of diabetes, heart disease, and certain types of cancer. Notice I didn't say eliminate completely. I actually just said reduce. Yes, it is not necessary to give up red meat to be healthy, because while red meat can be dangerous when consumed at high levels, at low or moderate levels, animal protein can absolutely be part of a healthy diet. In fact, in a 2014 study published by the Harvard School of Public Health, researchers discovered that just reducing the amount of red meat you eat by 3.5 servings per week resulted in a powerful 14% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. So, if you want to be healthier, slimmer, and feel better, the Harvard researchers made it crystal clear. Choosing more healthy sources of protein in place of red meat can confer significant health benefits by reducing chronic disease morbidity and mortality. Dr. Frank Hugh, professor, Harvard Medical School. So, step 1 of my protein hack for lower weight and better health is simple. Protein hack step 1. Eat 4 fewer servings of red meat a week. If you think about it, this is actually not too hard. After all, if you eat 3 meals a day, that's 21 meals a week. You just need to pick 4 of those meals that normally have red meat and eat something else. And believe me, there is a way to get plenty of protein and still eat the foods you love, as you're about to see. What are some better proteins to eat? Well, there are some great choices, but before I get to them, I must point out something that so many of my patients don't know. Switching to chicken is not the answer. Like I said, I do eat chicken, but if you simply swap chicken breast for red meat, not only will you not improve your health, it could actually have the opposite effect. Firstly, store-bought chicken is usually pumped full of antibiotics. In fact, one chicken breast may contain almost as many estrogenic substances as an entire birth control pill. By the way, chicken may contain antibiotics even if it's labeled organic and free range. Here's something that you may be surprised by. If there's 100,000 chickens on an organic free-range farm, and one of the chickens gets sick, the veterinarian is allowed to dose the entire flock with antibiotics, and it's still considered organic. And who do you think the vet works for? The chickens? For you? No, he works for the farm. And at the end of the day, a farm is just a business looking to increase their profits. And pork is just as bad as chicken. The other white meat is actually loaded with IGF-1, just like beef is. So, what are the healthiest animal proteins to eat? 2 of the better sources of animal protein are actually wild fresh fish and shellfish, such as Alaskan salmon and wild-caught shrimp. Fish are packed with omega-3s, which are really good for your health. I like my fish baked or grilled. Some people even have fish in tacos, like this one I showed you earlier. And would you guess that this fish taco could also help your vision? In fact, in one famous British study, researchers found people who ate fish just once per week cut their risk of macular degeneration in half. If you ask me, that's a great reason to get at least 1 serving of fresh fish per week. And while I do recommend fish as a healthier option than processed meat like hot dogs, bacon, and cold cuts, it has drawbacks. As you probably know, eating only fresh fish every day is both time-consuming and expensive. And this is still animal protein. Like red meat, fish is also associated with elevated IGF-1 levels. And according to the FDA, virtually all fish contains at least small amounts of mercury, which can lead to a whole range of health problems. So fish, while good, is still not the ideal protein. Fortunately, there's some great news here, because one of the best sources for protein on Earth doesn't even come from animals. It's actually from plants. A lot of people find it hard to believe that plants can provide enough protein for humans. In fact, I've heard more than a few people say something like this: you need to eat meat to build muscle. Well, tell that to a silverback gorilla, which has enough muscle to rip the door off a Chevy, but eats almost nothing but leaves and shoots all day. Or a thoroughbred racehorse, strapping with muscles, one of the fastest physical specimens in the animal world, which forage on almost nothing but grass and water every day. You might think, sure, that works for gorillas and horses, but humans need meat to survive, don't they? Like I said, I do love animal meat, but no, we don't need it at all. Just ask Samantha Stokely, a vegan Canadian nutrition expert. She looks like she's doing okay without meat to me. Or take a look at Nimai Delgado, a world-famous vegetarian pro athlete. In fact, Nimai has never eaten animal meat in his entire life. So, can plants give you tons of protein? That may be an understatement. But the best reason to eat plant proteins may actually be for your overall health, the one shocking thing they added after looking at all the data. These associations were either abolished or attenuated if the source of proteins was plant-based. Yes, you read that right. Plant protein is immune from the dangers of animal protein. That means all the health risks described in the study, they all disappear if your protein source comes from plants instead of animals. This is where my second protein hack comes in. Protein hack step number 2. To manage weight and get healthier, simply swap 4 red meat servings a week with plant protein instead. I cannot tell you how big a difference this can make in your life. Again, you may currently be eating 10, 15, even 20 or more servings of red meat a week, and all you need to do is swap out 4 of them for good, healthy plant protein, and you can experience all of the following. Healthier weight. Plant protein is associated with weight loss. Improved heart health. Plant proteins don't contain IGF-1. Fewer cravings. You can fill up on as much plant protein as you want without the health risks. And most importantly, sleep easy, knowing you're on the road to healthy years ahead, because plant proteins not only don't incur the warning that animal proteins do, they actually can improve health, so you add years to your life. So plant protein is, in my opinion, the ideal protein to swap a few times a week for red meat. However, there is one health warning I must give you. Certain plants high in protein, such as quinoa, soy, buckwheat, peanut butter, and beans, are all packed with what I call one of the most dangerous things you can put in your body. They're called lectins. If you've ever seen my videos before, you know about lectins already. Lectins are tiny little proteins found in certain kinds of plants that are not supposed to be in your body. One famous type of lectin you may have heard of is gluten, but that's just one type. There's actually many found in various plants. Some common foods containing lectins are whole grain wheat, eggplants, and tomatoes. Many people have been told these are health foods, but in my opinion, they are anything but, because your ancestors didn't eat any of these so-called health foods. You see, tomatoes and eggplants weren't introduced to Western civilization until 1492, when Christopher Columbus discovered them in the New World and brought them back to Europe. Of course, he had no idea they were packed with lectins, or the impact they could have on human GI tracts, which had never been exposed to these foreign foods before. In the case of whole grain wheat, humans have been eating it a while longer, since farming began about 10,000 years ago. But even then, most societies historically removed the dark wheat husk and instead ate white bread, which is not a coincidence, because it's in the dark husk that gut-destroying lectins are contained. However, since 1950, the use of whole wheat health foods have skyrocketed in our society, as well as other lectin-rich foods. Do you know what else has happened since 1950? The obesity rate has more than tripled. The diabetes rate has skyrocketed 800%. An astounding 70% of Americans are now considered overweight or obese, and I was one of them. You see, when it comes to plants, I have a big rule. Avoid plants that contain lectins. Okay, you just learned a lot about lectins, protein, and health. Congratulations. In fact, at this point, you know more than most Americans and probably more than quite a few doctors. So what are good plant-based lectin-free protein sources? Some good ones are spinach, broccoli, avocado, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. All of these are tasty, contain protein, and will fill you up without making you feel guilty about your health. And if you don't think these foods are tasty, take a look at this pizza. That's actually a cauliflower crust, so this pizza is Gundry approved. It may seem amazing, but you can eat plant-based foods like this every day while getting healthier. But if you want to know my ultimate plant-based proteins, the kind you probably don't see all the time, let me share my 3 favorite plant-based and lectin-free protein sources with you right now. The first is flaxseed, a high-fiber, lectin-free protein that really fills you up, while also leading to smoother, more regular bowel movements. I also love spirulina, an exotic blue-green algae that's absolutely loaded with healthy antioxidants, more than just about any vegetable that you can find in a grocery store. And hemp seed, another lectin-free plant protein that fills you up just like meat, but can also give you incredible health benefits, such as reduced joint discomfort, help with occasional constipation, and even help you control your weight. These 3 plant proteins won't just fill you up, they actually contain special benefits, which is why I've been recommending them to my patients for years. And when my patients just substituted 4 servings of red meat a week with these powerful, lectin-free, plant-based superfoods, they told me the changes to their health weren't just subtle. It was like a switch got flipped. They actually felt leaner, cleaner, and healthier on the inside. And they could see the difference every day when they looked in the mirror and saw their waistline shrinking. These foods are also really high in fiber, so if you have digestive discomfort, bloating, or constipation, these 3 plant proteins are like a godsend. And as you can imagine, by eliminating a few meals of red meat a week, people I gave these 3 proteins to were losing a tremendous amount of weight, week after week. And I was one of them. Ask anybody who knows anything about me, anybody who's read my books or heard me speak with Tony Robbins. Switching to a mostly lectin-free plant-based diet is how I lost 70 pounds of weight and have kept it off for 20 years and counting. There were just a couple of problems. Flaxseed, spirulina, and hemp aren't easy to get. You usually need to find them at a specialty store or farmer's market. Also, let's be honest, flaxseed, spirulina, and hemp can taste good, but only if you've got time to cook them. So about a year ago, I got to thinking, could I turn these plant-based proteins into something everyone would be able to enjoy? Something that fills you up so you don't miss the red meat. Something inexpensive so people could use it as often as they want without breaking the bank. Something easy to make at home. I'm talking less than 2 minutes. Something that is not perishable, something that's great for your health, and most important of all, something that tastes fantastic. Well, let me tell you, when I asked my sources in the nutrition world if it was possible, they all told me the same thing. Dr. Gundry, if it were possible, don't you think we would have done it by now? Well, I'm not the kind of guy who takes no for an answer, especially where people's health is concerned. So I worked on it, week after week, month after month. And to be honest, there were times when we seemed so far off, I thought about giving up. But I kept at it. And after 12 months of testing at the lab, we finally discovered the perfect solution. A way to turn these powerful proteins into a delicious, high-protein shake. That's right, a shake. One that people can use to crush hunger, feel better, and even replace a meal if they're dieting. I started giving this shake out to patients, friends, family members, anybody who wanted more energy, a slimmer waistline, and a stronger, healthier body. And week after week, as I saw the way people looked and felt, the results they received were stunning. I phoned the lab and asked them to make a larger batch so that we could begin getting it to anybody who wants an easy, healthy way to lose weight, feel better, and crush their cravings for good with what may be the most innovative protein drink ever created. I call it Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Chocolate Shake. Pro Plant is the first and only Gundry-approved protein shake. And Pro Plant was designed to do all of the following. Stop your food cravings so you can eat less and diet easier. Naturally support bone and heart health, crucially important as we age. Provide smoother, effortless bowel movements. Ignite thermogenesis, the natural calorie-burning power in your body. And even boost energy, both physical and mental. Pro Plant Complete Shake contains a whopping 10 grams of protein in every serving, the same amount as a fast food hamburger patty. But it contains 0 red meat, meaning it's fantastic for your health. Best of all, we put this protein into a delicious chocolate-flavored shake. One you can have at any time of day to end your cravings, replace a meal, and help achieve the body you want and deserve. Simply mix 1 scoop of Pro Plant powder with water, almond or coconut milk, or even your favorite smoothie. Then let this protein-rich drink go to work, filling you up with protein that you can feel good about having. And can I tell you a secret? About 20 minutes ago, I was getting a little hungry, so I actually made myself a shake with Pro Plant and coconut milk. I've had barely half of it, and my cravings are gone. I've always believed that losing weight and getting healthy should not be about starving yourself. It should be about swapping one thing for another, something that's just as delicious, but way more healthy. And that's exactly what Pro Plant can do for you. I'm going to tell you how you can get Pro Plant in just a minute. But first, let me explain how we achieve these incredible hunger-stopping, health-boosting results. It's all thanks to 3 superfood ingredients that when combined can literally change your life. Super protein number 1, flaxseed. Flaxseed is a wonderful source of lectin-free protein. It also contains lots of fiber, which can help you feel fuller and lead to smoother, more regular bowel movements. And it's great for your heart. Multiple clinical studies have shown flaxseed can help support healthy cholesterol levels already within the normal range and even be a boon to healthy blood circulation. But Pro Plant Complete Shake is more than just flaxseed. It also contains a powerful ocean superfood, super protein number 2, spirulina. Spirulina is a blue-green algae that's rich in protein, iron, and other powerful minerals. And don't worry, this algae is chocolate-flavored in Pro Plant and tastes great. But what's most important is that spirulina is also packed with antioxidants, which helps keep our bodies healthy and young. In one study, elderly patients aged 60 to 87 were given either spirulina or a placebo. After 16 weeks, the placebo group had no change, but the group taking spirulina had antioxidant levels that were through the roof. Perhaps that's why algae is so popular in Japan, whose people are the thinnest, healthiest, and longest living in the world. Speaking of legendary places on Earth, Pro Plant Complete Shake contains one of the most ancient sources of protein in the agricultural world. Super protein number 3, hemp. Okay, no giggling, this hemp can't give you a buzz. What it can do is give you incredible health benefits, such as reduced joint discomfort, help with occasional constipation, and even help you control your weight. It's also rich in omega-3s, the ultra-healthy fatty acids found in fresh fish. That's right, it has the health benefits of fresh fish in a plant, which is incredible because omega-3s have been associated with all of the following. It naturally supports heart health, so important as we get older. Improved brain health, something we all can use. Healthy vision and eye support, a huge bonus for me. Even helps you control weight, which can make a major difference in your health and confidence. And now you can get all these benefits, all the power of hunger-stopping proteins, health hero omegas, and cell-boosting antioxidants in one delicious, easy-to-make beverage. Gundry MD's Pro Plant Complete Shake. And amazingly, this formula can actually save you money. You see, Pro Plant was designed to be swapped in for 4 to 5 meals a week. And the reason it can replace a meal and still leave you completely satisfied is because Pro Plant Complete Shake fills you up just like a hamburger, yet it has only 120 calories per serving. Compare that to 1,120 calories in a regular burger, fries, and soda. And you can see why people are losing so much weight with this shake. And at about $2 a serving, it's actually much cheaper than a normal meal. That's why Pro Plant Complete Shake is such a game changer. Compared to most meals, it's lower calorie by a lot, healthier by a lot, cheaper by a lot. That's why I consider Pro Plant Complete Shake to be one of the healthiest and most groundbreaking weight management tools ever created, period. Now, at this time, I should point out that meal replacement is not for everyone. If you are severely underweight, especially if you're over 70, then it can actually be helpful to gain a little weight as you get older. So, if your doctor has said you're too skinny, but you want to get all the health benefits of flaxseed, spirulina, and hemp seed, you can still drink Pro Plant once a day. Just don't skip your normal meals. Enjoy it as a dessert or whenever you want an extra snack. It's actually become one of my favorite treats. However, if you're one of the millions of Americans who would love to lose a few pounds, which studies show can make you not just healthier, but happier and more confident, or if you suspect you may be eating a diet high in animal protein and you're excited about the health benefits of swapping 4 servings of red meat a week for healthy, delicious plant-based protein, then Gundry MD Pro Plant Shake was designed specifically for you. And by the way, no matter how you choose to get plant-based proteins in your diet, please stay away from those terrible store-bought protein shakes or candy bars. Most of them are made from cheap whey protein, which comes from cow's milk. And guess what it's loaded with? IGF-1, a health destroyer. Same goes for all those so-called healthy bone broth supplements, which are, as you may have guessed, loaded with IGF-1. You should also make sure to read the label of any shakes or bars that use vegetable sources. Sometimes cheap vegetable proteins can actually be worse for you than whey. Most of them are just low-cost pea powder or brown rice powder, which are loaded with dangerous lectins, which tear holes in your gut lining. In fact, one of the top protein powder makers in the world, I can't use their actual name, asked me about 8 years ago if I approved of their product. I took one look at the label and told them, no sir, I did not, unless they switched to a lectin-free plant source. Well, they didn't. And just this year, they had to pull all their powder off the shelves. This was just further evidence to me that when it comes to protein, there are so few companies you can trust. That's why I'm proud to have my name on Gundry MD's Pro Plant Shake, a protein source formulated by a doctor, based on science, and used every day by thousands of people, including me, my wife, my patients, and all the people I care about most in this world. Now, let's talk about how you can get Pro Plant Complete Shake for yourself today. As you probably guessed, getting all 3 of these protein-rich superfoods is quite a challenge. I know, because I used to buy them all individually and take them all myself. And they work great, but finding safe, effective sources of these ingredients was costly, time-consuming, and as you might expect, a lot of work to mix and prepare 3 separate supplements a day. But I like to give people options. So if you do want to buy these 3 ingredients yourself, I've listed the exact ingredients you need on my website, so you can order them from anywhere you like and mix them all together at home. However, if you'd rather have this incredible formula measured perfectly and know it was third-party tested for safety, purity, and potency, and flavored with a delicious all-natural chocolate flavor that you'll actually love drinking each day, then we've created an easy way for you to obtain Pro Plant Complete Shake for yourself. When we decide to make Pro Plant Complete Shake available on our website, my distributor tells me it will retail for around $69.95. A great price when you consider how expensive and time-consuming it is to get these 3 health-boosting, craving-stopping ingredients. But because you've watched this video, and I know you're serious about getting healthy, I've asked our team to dramatically lower the cost of Pro Plant Complete Shake for internet customers. So if you order today through this video presentation, you can get Gundry MD's Pro Plant Complete Shake for just $49.95. That's an instant savings of $20. But remember, this offer is only available to customers through this video presentation. When this video closes, Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake will only be available on our website for its regular price of $69.95. This is an incredible opportunity, and if you take it, I only ask 2 things. First, when you begin taking Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake, and you experience what I did, the vast improvement in digestion, the slimmer body, the surge of energy, write in to tell me about the wonderful changes you see. My email address is stephengundry@gundrymd.com. Seeing and hearing how science changes people's lives is probably the greatest joy I experience as a doctor. And second, this is equally important. Please tell your friends and loved ones about the dangers of red meat on our lifespan. As you know, I consider this one of the greatest threats to the health of Americans, and most people at risk have no idea that processed meats and IGF-1 are so directly linked to weight gain, low energy, and many far worse health problems. I've tried to do my part by creating this video. Now, we need to spread the word. And because you've made it this far, and because you're serious about improving your physical health, we've got some special packages available to help you even more. You see, most of our users fall in love with Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake after just their first week of use, myself included. In fact, we currently have over 930,000 members of the Gundry MD family, a number that shocks even me. And the reason we have so many users is because when people start taking Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake, they end up asking for quite a bit more, not just for themselves, but for friends and family too. So we've created multi-pack options to help you get some really big savings. When you order a pack of 3 jars of Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake, you'll pay only $44.95 a jar. That's $25 off the retail price of $69.95, and you'll get free shipping with your order today. And if you order a package of 6 jars, you'll save even more. So click the Next Step button below right now to see these options for yourself. I encourage you to act now if you're serious about your health and longevity. Right now, you can pay as little as $1.90 per day to give you the energy-boosting power of our plant protein blend and the power to burn fat, support your vision and bone health, and dramatically improve digestion. Best of all, every single jar of Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake comes with Gundry MD's 90-day money-back guarantee. Yes, that means you can use every single bit, and if you don't experience all of the benefits our user groups did, just send it back, and we'll happily return every cent of your purchase price, no questions asked, even if it's just the empty jars. That's how confident we are in this groundbreaking new formula. So I want you to use it all and experience the incredible change for yourself. So click the Next Step button below and let's get started. When you get to our order page, you'll see order options for Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake on the right side of the page. If you see options for our special 3 and 6 jar packages, that means we still have some of these heavily discounted packages left in stock, and you can stock up at this incredible low price. Our website is fully protected by the latest security technology, so your order is 100% secure. And our warehouse is based in the USA, right here in Southern California, with a team of friendly customer service specialists standing by if you have any questions. You can call us 7 days a week at 800-852-0477 with questions about your order, to hear about our lab, or just to tell us the big changes you've noticed since taking Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake. The feedback we've already received has been phenomenal, so I hope you're able to order right now and take advantage of this special internet-only price before it shoots up and you miss your chance. Most packages leave our warehouse the same day they're ordered, which means if you order now, you could be enjoying your first glass of Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake in just a few days. And incredibly, at this special internet-only price, enjoying Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake is actually less expensive each day than a cup of coffee. Yet, it provides a far cleaner type of boost, leaving you energized yet relaxed all day, without any late afternoon crash. Imagine the feeling of taking Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake for the first time, knowing the formula was painstakingly tested, using the most advanced craving-stopping, health-boosting technology available. When our health blend begins to take effect in your body, you could feel what I and other users do, the pleasant surge of energy, that feeling of pure clarity and confidence. Like the cobwebs have been brushed aside, and everything is suddenly crystal clear. In fact, I bet after your first week using Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake, you'll say to yourself exactly what I did. I didn't know I could still feel this good again. But remember, Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake is not available in stores, and our formula is incredibly difficult to produce. So please, if you want to feel the dramatic effects of this groundbreaking health booster, click the Next Step button below while there's still time available and we have some jars left in stock. Now, I'd like to get serious for a moment and talk about what's going to happen if you don't start making some real changes today. Now, unless you're one of the tiny fraction of people who eat only organic, grass-fed, hormone-free animal protein, the reality is that our bodies will continue to deteriorate as we get older if we do nothing to stop it. Fatigue, digestive discomfort, belly fat, these are not problems that just go away on their own. Yes, we can make some radical changes to our lifestyle, dramatically eliminating lots of foods from our diet, starting a comprehensive exercise plan. But these changes are very difficult to stick to. As a surgeon and nutritionist, I can tell you that the longer we wait to deal with problems, the worse they get. I've seen many patients deteriorate very quickly as they age, and this is something they actually could have prevented if they just made a few small changes. Just to give you an example of how small things can lead to big problems, I've seen slight variations in cholesterol levels spiral out of control in a matter of months. I've seen minor digestive problems turn into much more serious conditions. That's why I'm urging you to take action today and make a positive change in your health. Try Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake right now, risk-free, and see for yourself. One serving per day of this blend can have such a remarkable impact on so many areas of your health. I want you to feel the charge of energy that kicks in with this formula. I want you to feel the joy of going for a hike with friends and family because your joints and muscles are feeling strong and healthy again. I want you to feel great after you eat and to make indigestion, gas, and constipation a thing of the past. I want you to feel and see your changing waistline every morning when you look in the mirror. I want you to feel the vitality you know is inside you, just waiting to come out. Please, click the Next Step button below and get started right away with this investment in your future. And remember, the special offer is only available for people who watch this video. Just try one jar of Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake right now. Get instant savings of $20 off the price of a single jar and feel the effects for yourself. Don't forget, you'll get significantly deeper discounts on larger packages, up to $165 instantly off the retail price, when you act right now. Try it for a full 90 days, and if you're unsatisfied with the results for any reason whatsoever, you'll get a complete refund of your money. I'm positive you're going to love how this product makes you feel. For your health, I'm Dr. Stephen Gundry. Still here? You've probably got some questions, and that's very common. Let me take a few moments to answer some of the most commonly asked questions about Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake. I've seen some other protein products advertised. How is Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake different? Before I developed this formula, I looked at the other protein products out there, and I saw huge problems with every one of them. So much so, I refused to recommend any of them. Here's why. First, most other protein products have added sugars or artificial sweeteners. Both are terrible for your body, and they're also highly addictive. Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake has no sugar or artificial sweeteners whatsoever. Second, most other plant protein products contain lectins, and that's absolutely a no-no for me. We've talked earlier about how lectins cause damage all over your body, creating serious problems, including leaky gut. So, Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake has 0 lectins. It also has no soy, another toxic health food I tell everyone to avoid. But the big difference between Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake and other health formulas is that I chose the ingredients for this formula based on actual results. Look, I'm a surgeon with 30-plus years experience and a published medical researcher, so I brought that expertise to the table. This formula gets real results because it's got the right ingredients at the right dosage. Also, Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake is not just a protein blend. It's really a 3-in-1 formula that can help boost energy, slim your waist, and protect your long-term longevity like nothing else can. It's a complete package with the right stuff that works. To see the full list of ingredients, dosages, and supplement facts, just click the Next Step button below for more information. Are there any side effects? Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake contains only 100% pure quality ingredients. The content is tested for quality and purity at an outside third-party laboratory. And again, my formula contains none of the toxic elements you'll find in lots of the other so-called health products, including IGF-1, which is in all those whey protein bars and shakes. Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake is sugar-free, artificial sweetener-free, lectin-free, soy-free, and dairy-free. As a physician, I'm putting my reputation on the line with this product, so you can be sure I go to great lengths to make sure my formula is spot on. I made a pledge when I developed the Gundry MD line. I will never sell any product I wouldn't personally recommend to a loved one. But of course, as a physician, I know that no supplement works for everyone. There's always a very small segment of the population who may be allergic or who can't tolerate certain ingredients in supplements. If you happen to be one of the very small percentage of people this applies to, simply contact our US-based customer support team for an easy refund. How will I know if it's working? Great question. The best thing about this formula is that you should feel it very quickly. In the short term, those who replace a few meals a week can immediately notice less bloating and can start seeing a reduction in belly fat within the first 2 weeks. Most users also report feeling a distinctive, noticeable energy charge within an hour of consuming, because they don't have that heavy feeling that always comes from meat. You literally feel cleaner and lighter. It may take longer for some than others, but it's a feeling you're going to want again and again. You should notice a lifting of the brain fog that often clouds your day. Breakfast should digest more smoothly, and thanks to all the healthy plant fiber, many people tell me they start having the best bowel movements of their life. You may notice feeling better about completing tasks, one after the other, without losing steam, without losing stamina. After lunch, you'll wonder why you don't feel more lethargic. You may also notice your body just feels better as your IGF levels go down and your muscles and joints really start to regain their natural, healthy state. This is what it feels like to finally get your health back. Of course, there's only one way to really find out if Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake will work for you, and that's to try it for yourself. If you're ready right now to get started, and if you're still here, you should be ready, simply click the Next Step button just below. How do I use Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake? Now, this is the best part because it's just incredibly easy. It literally takes not even 1 minute out of your day. You simply take 1 scoop of Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake, add it to 12 ounces of water, almond milk, or coconut milk, and stir. If you have a blender, you can even add it to your favorite smoothie. It's flavored with a natural, delicious chocolate flavor. In fact, this has become my favorite dessert. It actually feels like I'm having a milkshake for lunch, except this shake tastes even better because I know how healthy it is for me. The extracts in this formula digest so easily, your body starts metabolizing them quickly into energy you can really feel. By the way, it doesn't matter which meals you replace with ProPlant, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's just best if you swap this in for a red meat serving, since that's how you get the long-term benefits to your health and longevity. And best of all, if you miss a day or two here and there, that's fine. In fact, I suggest only replacing 4 to 5 meals a week so that you can still eat whatever you like on the weekends. And the best thing is, at only 120 calories a serving, you can even make yourself a double shake when you're really hungry and still be consuming way less calories than you normally would. What if it doesn't work for me? Another great question, one we get all the time. Look, as a physician, I believe that everyone can benefit from the fat-burning, health-boosting ingredients in this formula. However, I'm experienced enough in medicine to know that people are different. An individual body can react very differently to identical compounds. I've even seen very effective drugs have little or no effect on certain patients, and it's all just down to their individual body dynamics. So, even though our users rave about the incredible changes they see when using Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake, there are going to be some cases with fewer results. However, the great news is this. If the formula doesn't get results for you, I'm going to give you your money back. In fact, if there's any reason at all you're unsatisfied after a full 90 days of use, I'll return your investment. Again, my reputation is on the line here. I want every single person who comes to Gundry MD to have a completely positive experience. It's my name on the label, and I've come too far to risk that. So, try Gundry MD Pro Plant Complete Shake for 3 full months. If you don't see truly remarkable results, less fatigue, a slimmer waistline, reduced digestive discomfort, less unexplained body discomfort, clearer thinking, and better physical stamina, I'll give you your money back. And that's my personal guarantee. So please, simply click the Next Step button below and get started, risk-free, right now. You'll find detailed information on the website about the full list of ingredients in this cutting-edge formula, about myself and my medical credentials, and everything you need to know about the product. It's been a pleasure spending this time with you today, and I hope you'll take action today. Just click the button below so I can get started on personally transforming your health and your energy. For your health, I'm Dr. Stephen Gundry.